Hello, family. Guess what is happening? It's happening over here in Netherlands. Rapture, rapture, rapture everywhere is happening. I'm not kidding. I'm very serious. I'm not joking. This is going on right now. In fact, this we are the one that we are able to record. So this is the sky. This is the one that we are able to film because I always love to give you people proof. You see now, okay, in Netherlands. Okay, you don't believe me? Please, quickly right now, rush in. Turn on your TV. Tune in to any international news center, broadcasting news center. Please, I mean only international breaking news center, not local, okay? Because when you open to any local station news, you're not going to be seeing it over there. But tune into any international breaking news center like CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, okay, etc. Do that. You're going to be seeing these very wonders of Jesus. Hey, Netherlands is upside down. Everybody's running. Everybody's running front and back. Hey, this kind of wonders. He's heavy, he's heavy, he's heavy. I see all the Christians in Netherlands folding into the sky, flying into the sky. Oh my Abba, cut up to the cloud. They are with Jesus right now. Oh, Jesus is so faithful. What a faithful bridegroom. Indeed, he so much love his bride. Oh, what a wonder, what a wonder, what a wonder, what a wonders. Oh, my Abba. I never knew. I never knew. Wonders, miracle. Oh, my Abba of all ascension. Oh, my Abba. What is going on? What is going on? This kind wonders. I never see this kind wonders. This kind wonders, oh. It can only come from Jesus, oh. Jesus wonders. I never ever see this kind, oh. This one is superb. Rapture wonders. It can only come from Jesus. Jesus wonders. I never see this kind of. His rapture wonders. This can only come from Jesus. And okay, I'm doing this filming. I'm recording. I'm doing this message. September 23rd at about what time in the evening, okay? So tomorrow now, midst of the week, whom you call Wednesday, will be 24th. So family, or rather Christian, let me talk to the Christian, okay? Please, if you couldn't make it today, don't worry. I will also do another film tomorrow in the cloud, okay? Jesus will pick you up tomorrow. Yes, you will be caught up. Jesus will fly you up tomorrow. Definitely, you will fold up tomorrow. Maybe today you are not in the list of PGC today. Tomorrow it will get to your turn. It is just turn by turn. Some even extended now to 27th, okay? Christendom, they are a lot. They are a lot. They claimed half of the world population. They are over 4 billion. So, it's not going to be easy for Jesus also. It's not also going to be easy for him to fly all of them one time. It's going to be a very serious, it will be too much. Come on now, let's understand Jesus, okay? If he did it get to your turn today, if you couldn't fold up today and tomorrow also, just exercise little patience, okay? Jesus definitely will make it up to you. See, deity people is believing in. How many people call me today in my working place? Laugh want to kill me. They want to use laugh to finish me. Especially one lady that called me. First of all, she was the first person to call me. She says, Princess, Rapture, Rapture, Rapture. I hope you made it up. And I say, me, I'm not Christian. I'm so envious of Christian right now. I'm so envious. So I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I miss it. I'm being left behind. You know, the woman has especially used. Jesus will pick everybody, but you that is calling him pig. You always call this guy pig. You see yourself now. He left. You are being left behind, which means he just abandoned you. So are you still gonna be calling him pig? I say yes. I will still do it one more time, but I will be calling him pig sumo sumo. I will be calling him the sumo sumo pig. Maybe I will not call him big pig any longer. All those sumo sumo pig. Yes, I will be calling him sumo sumo. I will do it big. I will not raise my mouth anymore to make it wide and call him pig. When I want to do it, I will be doing it small. Oh, Jesus is a small pig. Oh, he's a small pig. Oh. Now I want to use laugh to kill me. Oh, the other one go. That one said, President, if you see vision I saw today, rapture. I say rapture everywhere. Oh. You see? So this is the God people depend on. This is the God people put their trust in and boldly said, claim me, proclaim me, and said, this is my who, God who died for me. I say, Jesus wonders. I never see this kind though. Jesus rapture. This can only come from Jesus, so failure. Did I not rightly prophesy? Am I going to be calling this prophecy? Did I not rightly? Because I know who is PJC. Unto eternity, no rapture. Okay? Christians, they are so shameless. They have no shame. I tell you, of a certain, they will set another date now. They will definitely set another date. You don't know these people. Hot iron has already been sealed their heart. Okay, devil don't repent. No, these people, they will yet set another date. Anyways, thank you, my harbor. What a commotion. Nothing is happening over here. We are so peaceful. Rather, we all are mocky PJC. We are mocky PJC. Because I know PJC don't have that capacity. He don't have that ability to do this. But we're gonna be taking this as a full subject on the Shabbat. Okay. I quickly want to first of all chip in this. I know 24 is still there. Anyways, it's not utterly, all hope is not utterly gone. Okay. Maybe it can still happen tomorrow. Okay. It can still happen tomorrow. Hey! Unto eternity, no rapture. So I will be telling you why no rapture. Okay, so we'll look into that, we will dig into that, we will take it as a full subject, okay, about this madness rapture, okay, of PJC. He can't do it. He can't. He can't. Jesus does. In fact, Jesus is not aware about this rapture. Christian is broadcasting now on the street. Jesus is not aware. See thousands upon thousands of people confirming this very nonsense. They are crying. A lot of people sold their house. Anyway, let's just leave this one till next week. Till Shabbat. Okay, till Shabbat. We're going to be doing that. I will be reading some comments. Even as we are still talking now, they still say they are seeing vision about rapture. If not today, let's look forward to tomorrow. One even said we can take it to 27th. On September 27th. If you like, drag it onto eternity. You can drag it onto eternity. No rapture. Keep fooling yourself there. Anyways, let's do why we are here today. Thank you, my Abba. Love you so much. Abba Yahuwah. Abba Yahuwah. My Abba Yahuwah. Oh, my Abba. Your name is so wonderful. Your name is so beautiful. Your name is so lovely, lovely. My Abba, Yahuwah. Your name is so powerful, powerful. Your name is so powerful. Your name so powerful, Abba. I love you, my Abba. This is what you made me to be, to love you, oh eternity, oh eternity, oh eternity, oh eternity. I love you so much, my Father. Thank you for giving me your set apart spirit. The Ruach HaKodesh, also thank you so much for giving me your set apart word, King Yahushua HaMashiach. Not just me only, I also thank you with every breath in me, oh Abba Yahuwah, on the behalf of the entire camp of Israel, for giving us Yahushua HaMashiach. Thank you, my Abba. We say to that we indeed love you for this wonderful act of love. Oh, Abba Yahuwah, you bestowed upon us. You bestowed upon us. We will forever grateful unto you, because it's not he that wills, not he that wrongs. It is you, Abba, that show mercy. If not for your mercy, I would have been spending all my life on this ground of deception. I would have also been among those today being disappointed. I would have been feeling so sorrowful right now. I'm not better off them. I am not better than them. But it is your mercy that signal me out of this mist, out of this grant of blasphemy, out of this grant of mockers. It is you signal me out. And you now put me in the right path to walk this very path of eternity, to be your servant all eternity. Thank you, Abba. I appreciate. Thank you for giving me this great, unique privilege to be a part of your choosing, your elect, the people so dear unto your heart. Thank you, my Abba. I just love you. I recognize these wonders you did for me. This is a wonder unto my soul. It's a wonder unto my soul, because I see people taking this very event so serious. One said he sold his house. The other one sold his car. This one said, I sold my house. And I sold my what again? My TV. Said including my TV. How do you want me to fix it now? How do you want me to fix it? You can't fix it. You can't undo it. Even some even quit their job where they get their daily bread. Is it not history playing out again before our eyes? Is this not the subject we'll be talking about, we'll be addressing, laying it one after the other? You still remember 1844, October 22nd, whereby people sold their houses, their companies, their cars, even farms. All their home utensils, they give it away. Even their life savings, they give it away. In fact, many of them that sold their houses, they used that money to fund this Millerite movement of this same madness again, rapture. 1,000 souls sold white garment, and they're not gathered in the wilderness of William Miller Farm, waiting for Jesus to come. And They said unbeliever that bought a trumpet because they knew that is not existing. It can't be. It can never be. Just the way unbeliever prophesied it, it was so. And then I said every single person that believed that movement, almost all of them, 99.9% abandoned Jesus Christ. Only 10%, I'll be only just 1% left. They now call themselves the little flog. I'll be flog. I don't know what they call themselves. That comes out now, the Adventists and the Jehovah Witness. Jesus can't do it. I keep asking. People don't want to believe me. I keep Anyways, so let's do why we're here today. Okay. Let's do why we're here today, because this was the message I should have been doing. I'm supposed to do on the Shabbat. Of course, I paused it, okay, to do that of King Yahushua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom and eternal high priest, okay. You will see what they are perverting. You will see what they are perverting from where they mimic this very rapture or teaching. Maybe we'll be taking that one apart. Okay, we'll be taking that one apart separately. What Christian call rapture? It's like I've done this message long ago, but I will take it in another phase. These people will yet set another date. Definitely they will set another date, mark it. All right, family. So let's feed it now with the title. Like you and I know already, the duty of title is going to help navigate us into Holy Scriptures, from phase 1 to phase 2 and to another phase. Okay, so let's call out the title. All right, so that we'll be able to digest this very wonderful topic. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message stated for you and me. PJC, the sin offering goats. Allah, the Azazel goats. How they pollute the sanctuary those days in like manner now. Foundational scriptures. Daniel chapter 8, First Maccabees chapter 1 and chapter 4. All right. You see the way they did it, because I'm going to be reading from this very First Maccabees chapter 1. We'll also be reading chapter 4. Okay. So I just want to take you through this journey, because they once desecrated the altar, the sanctuary. So just the way they did it that time, in like manner today. And you see all this noise going on. It is the voice of demons. It is demonic voice. People, a lot of awakening is going on. Okay, so many people is awakening. A lot of awakening from our own ends, our own camp. The people of the book is awakened also to the call of Abba Yahuwah, and the people of Jesus Christ, they are also awakened. Do you know why they want to rapture? Do you know why they are really, really sold into this rapture of a theme? Because they are aware of Sharia law. They are aware of anti-Messiah. Okay? They are aware, okay, yes, about the third, or rather the great tribulation. Okay? So they are aware of, they also read the signs, they follow the weathers, they understood it perfectly, okay? So that was why they came up with this theory of rapture. They want to run away. To them, they don't have no ground. They don't have, in fact, they don't have no ground. Their ground is really, really shaking. Christians don't have no solid ground, okay? All their theory is based on men's ideology, okay? Men's calculation, yeah, logic and all that is not based according to the royal law. Because when you go through the royal law, there is nowhere the place said people is going to be flying into the sky. Okay, but this came from Christianity. But what are we saying? They look into the future. They see how brutal brutality of Sharia law, the World War, the Great Tribulation. Okay, so then I came up a demon now minister unto them to come up with this theory of rapture, to be folded into the sky. So that is why, because they know disaster is coming. Of a sure word, disaster is coming. Okay, disaster indeed is coming. Deluge is coming, and it's so horrible. So that is why they want to run away. You goes nowhere. We are together in it. We are together in this. You goes nowhere because no rapture. All right. So they are awakened to the great tribulation. Likewise, us, we are preparing. We are preparing for three different movements. It could be we're being cut into the ark of Noah, or we'll be divinely protected in the wilderness, the second Exodus, or we'll be beheaded. This is the three categories of the Great Tribulation. And this is the only three ways out, or rather, we prepared for. We, as the people of the book, okay, we prepare for these three movements. If Yahushua found us worthy, therefore we'll enter into the ark of Noah right here on earth. Maybe on the Shabbat, I will be showing you people what is the ark of Noah. Okay. So, or if he found us not worthy, therefore we will get prepared to go into the wilderness. Second as Exodus. Or we'll be getting ready to be beheaded, facing the Sharia law. This is the only three thing in our soul, spirit, and body. We know. All right. So Christian oil is not like that. They only have just one way. They don't have plan B, neither C. They only have just one, to be folded up into heaven. And Muslims also are prepared. They are also awakened. They are even doing more. In fact, the mosque where what is his name? Mahdi, their Messiah is going to be materialized, is already being built. It's already being built. All the armies of Mahdi, they prepare themselves already. Are you seeing them with a black flag? Or should we also take this very topic as a subject? I will see if Abiyawa will, if he will want me to do it as a subject. This, I'm sorry, always on the fast, okay? If Abiyawa, maybe we'll be also taking this, okay, as a subject. These three awakening. Maybe, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Because this is the message we need in a time like this. To let you know the path you're going to be, choosing. Okay? This is a free will power Abiyawa gave unto anybody. If you want to take Sharia law, fine. If you don't want to take Sharia law, what next? Get ready to be beheaded. Or you've been found worthy to enter the ark of Noah. Or you will also be a part of them that Yahushua is going to be, taken care of in the wilderness. You will not enter the ark of Noah, but you will be in the wilderness. And somehow, Sharia law can still meet you over there. Okay, but I think the people also in the wilderness, I don't think the Sharia law is also going to be meeting them. I think so. But we'll check that through the royal law. We'll check that one out, okay? So maybe we'll also be doing this. First of all, we'll be doing this failed prophecy again. Afterwards, a week today, we will look into this very one, okay? The rapture in full package. So, with this being said, let us begin to walk with the title. Should I read broadcast? Let me do that again for a better understanding. Thank you, my herb. PJC, the sin offering goats. Allah, the Azazel goat. You know what is Azazel? Azaz simply mean to take away. El simply mean God. Okay, so this Azazel is a God that is going to take away iniquity. That is going to carry in his body iniquity. Yehoshua is too holy; he can't carry your iniquity. He can't put your iniquity upon himself. No way. Abba Yehovah, okay, sent him forth unto us to die. Okay, not to pollute him in that manner. No way. All right. What Yahushua came to do, it is a peace offering to reconcile us back unto Yahuwah. Peace offering. When there is confusion, chaos in the family, okay, between okay, oh, what is going on here? Between father and his children. So, or rather between father and some part of his children. So one is going to come as a peacemaker. Because, okay, Papa banished such a group of his children. Okay, let's say 2 or 3 or 4 or 7. Okay, let's put it 7. Left only one. So that one that is left is not okay with him to be alone in the kingdom or in the family. Why are all his brethren or siblings is lost on the street? Therefore, that one is going to be making a peace, okay, within the father and the children, the one that is lost on the street. So the one that is still in the house is going to be calling unto his papa, Papa, please. The papa will say, being the father of the house, this is my judgment. If you are willing to die, because for these people to come back that defile me, all these 7 children of mine, for them to return back into my house as my family again, I will put you to death, because my judgment for them, I've already sweat for them. I've already said they are dead unto me. So if you are willing to die in order for them to be resurrected, fine. So the only one brother in the house will say, Papa, if that will make them return back to the family, if that will make you, to forgive them, I'm ready, I'm willing to do that. So that's what Yahushua did. Because we break the law, and Lord demand justice to die. So Yahushua take that place. Not as a sin offering, and he didn't bear your sin in his body. No way. You know what is sin? So Azazel simply means to take away God. That is Azaz, to take away. El, God. El simply means God. Azazel. So let me take the title again. Just manage this, my little illustration. So if you don't find it worthy, fine, just put it to one side. But I quickly want to put that picture. Okay. Like father, a father, the head of the family, is the prince of the house, is the God of the house, is the almighty of the house. Okay. He has 8 children, and 7 rebelled against him. Therefore, he kicked them out of his family. And by so doing, that is spiritual death. He laid curses on them and said, you cannot come back to this family. I disown you. You are not mine. So the leftover one, okay, we are not okay with it. And now stand in between and say, Papa. And the Papa now said, one penalty. If you can take it, fine. Therefore, they will be forgiven. Therefore, they will be restored back. That is what Yahushua did. Peace offering. He is our peace offering to restore us back to the kingdom. Because Yahushua he didn't found it good in his sight. Okay, no, okay, it's okay like that, so that I don't drive too much. It's okay. Because this again has to do with Abba Yahuwah. Okay. Anyways, let's just drop this. I didn't prepare for this. I should have been asking Abba Yahuwah question. Who initiated this redemption first? You or Yahushua? Or the Ruach HaKodesh? Is it you, Papa? Because you banished people away from your kingdom. You shut your heaven against them. So who brought about this? It could be Abba Yehovah, because we see right away in Genesis 3, he killed the lamb and used the cloth to cover the first man and the first woman. Anyways, let's drop this. This one is another, mystery. So let me not just be driving left and right. I don't want to drive recklessly before Abba Yehovah. So let's dump this topic. And let's do what we're here today. So let me call out now again the title. PJC, the sin offering, goat. Allah, the Azazel goat. How they pollute the sanctuary those days in like manner now. All right, in like manner now, like where I just illustrated. Quickly, let's preset it. Second Corinthians chapter 4 and verses 4 also. I would like to read this one. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of Yahuwah, should shine unto them. So here now we see two gods. One is being called the God of this world, the blinder is going to blind you not to see the glorious light. And we see another bigger one here. Okay. Now, this God that is carrying the sins in his body, Azazel, which is Allah, okay, is the God of this world that blinded the mind, the eyes of many, like Christendom. He is their blinder. In every denomination, in every organization, in every religion, there is always Allah and there is always Jesus. They are together. Allah is the fallen seraphims, while Jesus is the fallen cherubims. So in every kingdom, there will be Allah, there will be Jesus. There is Allah in Christianity, there is Jesus. There is Allah in Islam, there is Jesus. Also over there, everywhere, whether pagan, stone and wood worship, they are just, this is how their kingdom function. They are brothers in crime, criminal in crime. Okay, so they are sharing the kingdom together. Okay, they will come here, they will act. Allah is always like the father, though he's not a father in Islam, but in Christianity is a father. So they are all together. So that is why you see all this temple, all this idol worship. You are not going to be seeing just one idol. You will see a lot, so many. You will see large God, you will see small one. Yes, the large one obviously is Allah. All right. So we see now, this is the God of this world. Okay, before I open up the scripture, let's quickly, we see already the God of this world. Okay, so let's see something over here. John 1 again, or rather John chapter 1, verses 29. I read. The next day John seeth Yahushua coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. We see the God of the world, and we also see the sin of the world. And we see this God of the world is a blinder. And here we see in the temple service, ritual, oblation, there is a goat over there that is called Azazel. That is the God that takes away sin. The God that bears sin, iniquity in his own body. The God that carries sin in his own body. The God that his body is simply sin. And what is sin? Follow up with an open mind through the mindset of King Yahushua HaMashiach. Therefore, this message will be beneficiary unto you. First of all, let's look into Matthew chapter 22, verses 10 through 13. Okay, so what is the title? What is our title? PJC is the goat offering. And Allah is the one to take. There is a goat offering. There is a goat that needs to die instantly. Though you died spiritually, but your physical body was still alive, okay, waiting for that pending judgment to be consummated. But the mercy and compassion of Abiyewa spare you. Okay, that is why in the old system, in the temple ritual, sanctuary, this oblation is going on every single year. Not just only every single year. In fact, every day when you sin, you need to buy a goat. It could be he goat or she goat or bullock. And you will not bring it unto the priest, the high priest. And the high priest, in a normal day, he will tell you to confess your sins. Put your hand upon the goat you brought for sin offering. All your error mistakes you just committed. Confess it and say it is this goat who did it, not you. That was what Apostle Shehu used this idiom in Romans chapter 7. I forgot the verse. Okay. He said, the good things I wanted to do, I couldn't do it. But the evil I wanted not to do, this see me doing. He said, therefore, it is not me that is doing it. It is sin in me that is that responsible. So, what do I mean? It is that goat. It's like I'm going ahead of myself. It is that goat who responsible, who is attacking you to sin. Apostle Paul, okay, we'll be ready that. He denounced, he said, I'm not the one doing it. No, because I know this is not good. I know Abiyewa hate this. I know this could, partially destroy me and remove me from the presence of Abiyewa. So I'm not the one doing it. But it is the sin that, endorses me. Whoo, what a subject, heavy. So now, prior to the title, let me rephrase it. PJC, the sin offering goat. Allah, the Azazel goat. Abiyewa is too correct. Okay, how they pollute the sanctuary those days in like manner right now. I say Abiyewa is too correct. I don't know if you are a constant follower. The message I did, I think that should be next week, a week today. Last week, excuse me, I say next. What am I saying now? Last week, a week today, whereby I shared this testimony of this vision that I saw. Okay, concerning this very movement in the cloud that I saw two flights. One was blue with logo menorah. Okay, that menorah, the flight was blue, utter blue. But the logo in that flight was menorah, the 7 candlestick in the temple. It was 7, not 9. Okay, but with a touch of gold. Right away, I knew this is Yahushua's own. Not too long ago, I saw another flight again in the cloud. Okay, and that flight was red. Okay, and with 2 different logos. Oh my Abba. And one was written so bold, Quran. They now wrote with gold also the name of Allah. Let me show you the name of Allah. Let me go to my desk. Where is Allah? How Allah is being written? Abiyewa, help me, because I need to read this First Maccabees chapter 1, the whole chapter, and some verses also in chapter 4, not the whole chapter 4. Then again, we will also read chapter 6 and a few verses as well. You see, this is how I saw it. You see, a snake on the one side of the logo, right hand side of the flight, that is blood, utter blood. This were the logo. This one with Quran. This one, the name just like this, written like gold, written with goldy pen as this. In conjunction, Quran. Okay. Then when I also look at the left side of the flight, Christmas tree. This Christmas tree, all the decor, they used to decorate it. It has different colors. Hell, Jesus has different faces. You're going to be seeing silver, gold, white, red, the Mexicans and the Ulox. They used to design the Christmas tree. You know what is that tree? Again, it is the knowledge of good. It is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay. In one flight, two logos. I saw this vision last week here. So this is what I saw. They just wrote like this. Golden pen in conjunction. Quranic verse. A Quranic, excuse me. You see how, you see? This is literal snake. This is literal snake. This is Allah. And Allah again in Hebrew simply means cause. Not in every other. I think the countries of the world is about 195 countries. Okay, with a lot of languages. Okay, but in all languages, it makes God whatever. But in Hebrew, it simply means cause. What are you getting? As in what? The cause serpent in Genesis 3. Allah is just letting you know, I am the cause. Cause of what? He is the one to carry all your error on his head. He's being caused by Abba Yehovah because he's responsible for iniquity. Okay, pilot by Jesus Christ. Supported, okay, by Jesus Christ. Spiritual world is so dirty. I almost get offended again tonight. Last night, excuse me. Prior to what I'm saying. So dirty. Looks like no hope. No hope for the common masses. So dirty. Sex perversion everywhere. Allah is hiding in people's back. Whether you are a man, you are a woman. Allah is just hiding. Allah is hiding. Jesus is not hiding. Allah is hiding in people's back. Knacking people's anus. That is his position. Anus knacker. Whether you are a man or woman, Allah don't just care. He will bang you right from your back. And I saw this nonsense. We were laying on the grave. I said, what is this? He said, this is what is going on. What is really hurting me the more? Abiyawa will be using me to do the illustration. He will be using me to illustrate these dirty works. And that one is hurting me. It's making me offended. In fact, I'm picking offense at that. I don't know why Abiyawa is still using me to do this dirty job. You don't use me to illustrate filthiness because see that I'm not part of it. You are a Yahweh of justice. I'm not part of it. Why using me to illustrate it? It's so terrible. It's hiding. It was hiding in my back. Singing one nonsense worldly song. What is this? What is this? It was hiding. He said, this is what he's doing. And yet they say Allah have no child. And if you see the kingdom of Allah, everything over there is about sexual intercourse. The reward in heaven is sex. 72 virgins, polygamy. In the heaven of Allah, you see street market full of sex, sexual intercourse. 72 virgins is just the least minimum. You can even get over 1,000. That kingdom is so corrupt. Anyways, let me just drop that. But spiritually, so dirty. Say that is the elite. Because sex is to join with you to make you one. He that join with Hilot become one body with Hilot. He joined with me. What is Jesus doing here? When I groaned in that vision, and I never knew. I thought I was laying on my bed in that vision. All of a sudden, a light, a very brilliant light, flash. What? Then I began to say, I thought I was seeing road. I thought I was sleeping on my bed in my room. I never knew it was just grave. And that's what am I doing in the grave? And a filthy man was just, oh my Father, defiling me. And I said, what is going on? And I said, this is Allah. Hiding on our back. And before you knew it, the light shone upon it was an open grave. There comes again Ezekiel 37, open grave. Everybody, man and women, everybody will lay on that open grave with all these wicked spirits in their back, banging them. As soon as we were done, okay, and I began to pray. I want to tear him off me with such a violent anger. I tore him off me. Then I came out from the grave. I thought I was done. Going my home. Before you know it again. Okay, I went home. I slept on my bed again. See me dreaming again. I see myself again. Exactly what happened before. He took place again. See myself again in the grave, sleeping. Another demon in my back. That is Allah in the Christendom again. That is Allah in Islam. He is just hiding on our back. Both men and women doing the nonsense. because he's a prostitute. Allah is a great whore. He is the one carrying all this iniquity. Okay, right now, with this being said, let's see how they came into the kingdom. Matthew 22. Now let's see verses 10. I read. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was of oh my father flourished with guests. Both good and bad, we are all here. 11. And when the king came, this is Yahushua HaMashiach himself, and when the king came into oh my father came in. Okay, what is going on? Okay, let me take it to 11. And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a oh my father which had not on a wedding garment. Okay, he did not put on his wedding because he don't have 12. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. You're gonna be 13. Then said the king to the servant, Bind him hand and feet, and take him away, and cast him into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. This is how it's going to remove them from the sanctuary. Now, it said they're going to be bound hand and feet. Read Revelation chapter 20. The red dragon. We are bound hand and feet. Because whatever we are doing, it is a marital song, it is a marital covenant. Okay? Yahushua is the bridegroom. Okay? He is the high priest. So, he alone should have been in the sanctuary. Because he's not going to be polluting us. He's not going to be teaching us wickedness. He's going to be leading us. He's going to be teaching us how to worship his Father. Exactly what he came here on earth to do. Now, not ye that a man was found in the sanctuary, in the wedding banquet, okay, among the bride, okay, sitting with the bride of the holy king, and have not a wedding garment. And Yahushua asked, how did he come in here? How did you enter here? How? Because you don't have wedding garment. What brought you? Which way? You passed through. Which way? You passed through into this very wedding gathering. Okay, let's first of all see how he entered in our midst. Genesis 3. This is how he entered among us, we human. And we also go to how he entered into angels, not just we alone, how he entered into angels. This message is huge again. And I wanted to read this book, how they did it those days, physically, not spiritual, okay? Anyways, let's read. Genesis 3, verses 1. Now, the serpent was more subtle. We see Allah, how Allah is buried is a snake, okay? Now, this is Allah. Now, the serpent was more subtle, very clever, in fact, very, very subtle, very, very crooked, very smart, okay, than any beast of the field, because he's a high-ranking angel. Seraphims is the highest ranking in heaven. After Yehovah, next is seraphims. Okay, these seraphims, you can see them in Isaiah chapter 6. They banners over Yehovah's head. Literally, I can say they are the covering of Abba Yehovah. So these seraphims cover Yehovah's head. They are in the highest. And cherubims cover Yehovah's, when somebody sits like the bodyguard. Okay, that is the cherubims. Okay, so seraphim is the high-ranking angel, and seraphim is the second to follow, second-ranking angel. Okay, and the four living creature is the third-ranking angels, and the archangels is the fourth-ranking angels, and the multitude of angels that worship are the fifth-ranking angels. So these are the categories of angels in heaven. Okay, but we also have these 5 categories angels, fallen ones now, like the seraphims. Okay, now seraphims, what is the meaning of seraphim? Seraphim simply mean the burning ones, they are blazed one, the fiery ones. These almost got the all the attribute of Abiyawa, okay, because they are the firstborn, and cherubims are the second born. Now, in plural, seraphims simply mean fiery ones, okay? Singular, seraph. What is the meaning of seraph? Flying snake. We see this. Can I go back to Allah? Is this coincident? Is this not mind boggling? This is Allah. This is how Allah is buried. This is in the name of Allah. Snake. And this is his beheaded sword. This is Allah, you see? You see his head snake ready to bite. And this is his beheaded sword. It's prepared. And this is literal snake. And this is literal snake. And this is why Christians want to run away. That's why they want to flee into the heaven of Jesus. Unfortunately, Jesus is the second ranking angel. He don't have no heaven. It's in the paradise of Allah. Jesus has already been subject unto Allah. Now listen, Genesis 3. You know, Yahushua asked a question. He said, he saw a man without wedding garment. How did you come in here? You don't have the righteousness. You don't have the truth. You are not holy. You are not righteous. You don't have the fear of Abba Yahuwah. Therefore, how did you still enter into this sheepfold? How did you come into the sanctuary? Now listen. Genesis 3. Now, the serpent was more subtle, very clever, okay? Very, very smart. Because he's the high-ranking angel. He's more smarter than Adam. Because Adam it falls in the categories of the 5th ranking, angels in heaven. Adam was part of that. Adam is just a small boy. That is why he prevailed against Adam. Like you and I, we are just small. We are little children before them. They are powerful. Now listen. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? 2. And the woman responded. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees, plural, of the garden. This is literal tree, just like the basic one we know here on earth. Now, but the other tree we are proceeding into is not normal one. It's a deity. 3 now. But of the tree, singular, but of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, is in the midst of the world. Like he was being found in the midst of the bright, righteous people. And these days, he sit in the midst of every single thing. He's in the center of the world instead of Yahuwah. Now listen. Okay, let me take 3 again. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. It's already in the garden, is already in the midst. This is how he entered. Now listen from. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. Come on now. For Yahuwah doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall see, ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You're going to be like me. Now, serpent did not come to obey. He did not quote the word of Yahuwah in honor of Yahuwah. Rather, he was, and the woman also was also quoting the institution, the rules and regulations of Abba Yahuwah to obey. Rather, she were not debating the word of Abba Yahuwah with serpent. Serpent came to debate the word of Abba Yahuwah. He were commenting and debating and questioning the authority of Abba Yahuwah. And the woman opened the door for him to enter. Yahushua now asked him, How did you come into my bride? How did you enter here? So this is how he entered into the sanctuary, into the sheepfold. We have wedding garment, but he's still here and is polluting the wedding garment. Now, let's see how he also entered, not just we alone, into angels also. He did the same entry in heaven. How did you come in here? Now, listen, Revelation chapter 12, verses 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. This is truth. To deliver truth is so painful, it's so lonely. The ways of truth is so lonely. You will walk that narrow path alone. Who's going to stand with you? Few found that narrow way that leads to heaven, and it's full of pains, full of rejection, full of insult, full of name calling. It resolved to name calling. Okay? But you see the broad way. My Abba. Now, verses 2. And she, being with child, cried. Okay, I read that already. Sorry, now listen. Another one. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. And listen, I'm after the verses 4. See, you see the way it entered into the physical human in like that, in like manner it entered into angels in the presence of holiness. Verses 4. And his tail, listen now, his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she really, this dragon really, in Genesis, that is where he poured the whole, whatever childbirth away, okay? And that is also the curse Abayewa also put upon the woman in our uterus. That is the blood we are seeing, is a curse. It's uncleanness, okay? Now listen, what is as an animal, you remember their tail. So what is before their tail? Because it said, he drew the third part. If angels is 8 million or billion, so his demons succeed in flowing 2 billion down here on earth through his anus. He said he flew them down through his anus. Now, what is in the, okay, or rather through his tail? And we know the tail of animal is on top of their anus. Tail, anus is just one. Okay. Now, he used his anus, his tail, filthiness to flew to deceive holy angels. From the 5th ranking angels, these demons succeed, like I illustrated, if all angels over there are 8 billion or 8 trillion. Let's put trillion. 8 trillion, though they are innumerable, okay? But let's do this calculation, because it said 1 part of the stars of heaven. So if all angels over there are 8 trillion, so this Allah, we are able to flew down 2 trillion. He succeed with his lies, with his uncleanness, with his anus, poo, something, a waste, something that is coming that is not needed in the body. He used it to deceive them. He used it to enter them. He promised them kingdom. He promised them rulership. He promised them all this nonsense and flew them all here on earth. These are the ones you see in your dream today. We call demons. They are the 5th ranking angels. Today we call them demons. So he used his uncleanness, his lies, his filthiness to deceive them. Just as he entered also the physical sanctuary, he also deceived the woman, he deceived the man, and flew them again into the bottomless pit, flew them out of heaven, flew them out of holiness, out of Abayewa's presence, into this very hard ground you and I is stealing today. Remember, we are working with the question Yahushua asked, how did they come in here? And this is how he came in here. So let's press it. Let's confirm that now. In Luke chapter 4, they are the goat. I'm just giving you another background, another foundational breakdown of these two goats in the temple. Now, Luke chapter 4, verses 1 through 8. I think I'm going to be taking from 3 or so. And the devil, is the tempter. And the devil said unto him, okay, again, the same question over here. Okay, let's take one. And Yahushua, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Judea and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. This demon, they always do in the wilderness. Remember, I have a subject that is called Messiah in the wilderness. Now listen, and that is the wilderness everybody's in right now, because it flew every one of us there. I say, what is this again? Inside grave. Why should grave be somebody home? Why should grave be our bed? I was so hungry. Where we rest? Why should we rest in the grave? Yes, that is open grave. Ezekiel 37. In fact, hey, hey, Yahoo, I love you so much. Resurrection is about to take place. Now listen. Verses 2. Being, wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil, and in those days he did eat nothing. We were fasting for 40 days, okay? And when they were ended, he afterward hungered, of course. 3 now. And the devil said unto him, I want to question him, if thou be the son of Jehovah, command this stone that it be made bread. So, what did he do when he came into the sanctuary, Genesis 3? Does Yahuwah really, really, really said people shouldn't eat from any tree of the garden? Question. And he's still doing that questioning today. Here he's also questioning Yahushua. Are you indeed the son of the air? I want to know. If you are, okay, for me to know, just turn this stone into bread. And Yahushua rebuked him. So let's proceed to 5 for the sake of time, because I really want to read the book of First Maccabees. I really want to read it. Now listen, the devil take him again, 5 now. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world. Remember, the God of the world, the sin of the world. In a moment of time, it flashed all of them in his heart. 6, because he's so subtle, so smart, clever. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whosoever I will, I give it. Who gave him? He confirms it. He just confirms it. He said, Yahushua questioned, how did you come in here into the sanctuary? Because you don't have what it takes to be here. Who brought you here? And we see how he entered. Genesis 3. We also see how he entered into the heavenly sanctuary and pollute angels over there also. And we also see that through his uncleanness, he did that. And here he now confirms it. Adam brought me in. He said, this is being given unto me, delivered unto me. Who gave him the key? Who brought him inside? Who opened the door? Who brought him into the holy sanctuary of Abba Yehovah? Who? He said, for he's been delivered unto me, and I can also give it to you if you just fall down and worship him, because he's seeking for worship. He just wants to be worshipped. Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 15. He said, I will make myself like the Most High. I will ascend into the cloud. I will make my star a fad. I will raise my stars, my throne above the stars of God. And I will sit in the congregation in the side of the north. And I will make myself like the Most High. What a wicked and a envious spirit. Now let's see right there. Where again? 7. If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be done. He's just seeking for worship. He said, you see the power and the glory of this kingdom, of this world, the entire world, 4 corners of the earth. He flashed them one time. He said, if you would just fall down and worship me, I will give them all unto you. It will be yours. And Yahushua now, he got a rebuke, a sharp rebuke from Yahushua, because this is the second Adam. You're not going to be feeding him with that nonsense like you fed the first Adam with your stupidity. You're not going to be doing that here, okay? Yahushua rebuked him. Now listen. Remember, Adam brought in him. Because I'm still proving to you how they entered into the sanctuary. Now, Romans chapter 5, verses 12 or so. Yes, 12. Remember, we read about the things of the word and the God of the word, okay? And we also see how he flashed the entire word in the eyes of Yahushua. And yes, Arena, Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. So, through one man, sin just spread everywhere. So let's see. Before we are locked, I think scripture is going to be answering unto scriptures. Now, before we do this, okay, no, let's still read some more. Let's still do some more. Okay, First John chapter 1, we read verses 8. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. Remember, we are working with what? Sin in the sanctuary now. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And again, repeatedly, if we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. So remember, here is a very, very vital information. Now, it says if we confess in Yom Kippur, all the goats, the two goats, whether in Yom Kippur or in the normal circumstances, in the normal day, we normally confess our sin. Who are we putting? Who is bearing the responsibility? Who are we pointing to? Remember in Genesis 3, Adam said the woman you put here, and the woman pointed back to serpent. This thing, this very act of man that makes us to break your rules and regulation, it did not come from me. Adam said, neither me. Adam said, not me. And the woman said, neither me. And it came from serpent. They roll it back to him. He taught us that. How to do away with your own. No, it did not come from us. In fact, the book of Jubilee says 7 whole years that we are in the garden working for Abba Yahuwah. The woman is naming all animal, the female animal. The man named all the male animal for a whole 7 years. So they now begin to push it they push it back, they roll it back. This is how they confess their own sin upon. He's the one who did it. Just like Apostle Shehu. Romans chapter 7. I know the good thing, the right thing I ought to do, but I'm not doing it. But the very thing I hate the most to do, and this I found myself doing. He said, therefore, it's not me that is doing it. It is the sin in me. He pointed back to his sin. So this will be clear. I just wanted to first of all get this. Okay, the goats owned by Abba. What is going on here? I rebuke you, Jesus. Yeah, what's my name? Just distracted somebody here. All right, I will leave it like that. Let me just leave it like that. I don't need stress. I hate stress. All right, so you see, he said, if you say this goat, this sin offering goat, you are not working one-on-one. You are not 5 and 6. If you say so, say you are a liar. Remember, a lie is a father. John 8:44, you are of your father the devil, and his will you will carry out, because he's a liar, he's a murderer, and he don't hold to the truth. When he lie, he will just enter into his own native language. For he's a liar and the father of all liars. You get that? You do just get that? These demons, they are just distracting me over here. You see? Anyways, let me just manage it like this, because time is also running out. So you see, he said, if you say you don't know this goat, this sin offering goat, if you said, if you ever say you don't know, it's not working with you, you don't give him your attention, he said, therefore you are a liar. But if you just confess all the teaching he gave unto you, he said, I will roll it from you, I will cleanse you from all unrighteousness. That is going to take it from you, and he will put it on this goat head. Every day we do that. Me, I'm not angel. Okay. Only angel does this sin. So let's do another one. Now we are going deeper now. First John chapter 3, verses 4. I read. Whosoever committeth a sin transgress also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. Did you just get this? Whosoever. So what is the definition? The only definition of sin, it is breaking the royal law, just like the woman did. So what makes it to break the royal law? A deity stood by you and taught you how, or rather presenting his own unto you, giving you his own ideology, giving you what he thinks about what Abiwa give unto you. Now listen. Thank you, Abiwa, for reminding me. Now, these demons, they don't have their own institution. They don't have their own giving law. So how are they doing their own? That is the knowledge of good, small good in them. So they need information. They now goes to the woman. In like that, they also goes to those angels. One part of angels, a bit thought part of angels that flew down here on earth. So they will go to them. They will ask them, what duty did Abba Yahweh give unto you? So how are you going to be worshiping him? And how did he instruct you? Those one will tell him, this is how he defy the angels. He will not give them his own counsel. Do you know what? You know what? This is what I felt. This is what I feel. And do it like this and do it like that. So those ones, they will not deviate from that of Abba Yahweh. They now begin to go because they knew him. Serpent is the hierarchy. After Abba Yahweh, he is the second in command in heaven. Seraphims, they are very smart. They are more powerful than any angel. There is no way Adam can overcome that serpent. No way. Neither you nor me. Okay? That is why First John said, if we say we are not working one-on-one with this demon, with this sin, goat offering in the temple, you are a liar. Now, Shandalabo Sekeyaba. It flies away again, will come back again. Okay, yes. You see, it comes to the woman. He makes inquiry. Did the Yahweh say so? Okay. It's not. You see how he convinced her. Actually, you're not going to die. But Yahweh is keeping some secret away from you. He knew. If you know this thing, if you eat of this, you will become God. Your eyes going to be open. You're going to be seeing visions, revelations. You just say you will be God. You're going to be a creator. Is the woman a creator? Of course she is. Is the woman like God? Of course she is. How? Al-Wumba. That is the God in her. That is the God in her. Her womb is Yahweh's laboratory. Give her a seed. She's going to nurture it. She's going to water it. She's going to prepare it. In 9 months' time, she will give you a male or a female. She creates a human being for you. But simply now make it known unto her in a very perverse way. So this is how he's doing it. He will work with information. Any assignment Abba Yahweh give unto you will come and he will tell you what he feel about it. And he will also give you some counsel. You should do it. He will modelize it. He will genetic modify it in your hands. And that's what he's doing. And this is how he entered the temple. So only definition for sin, what is it? Breaking the royal law. And when you just break the royal law, you can't go unpunished. The royal law have a law also. He have a commandment. He have a judgment. And he needs to sentence. Let's see the sentence of the royal law. Sin simply means breaking the royal law, okay? I have not yet unveiled to you who is sin. And I will do that after this. Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is what? Death. Pause it over there. We work in the factory. At the end of the month, you receive payment. Okay, me, I work for myself. Okay. As soon as I'm done, whether 5 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours, I receive my payment. That is my reward of my hard work, isn't it? In like man and business people, they receive their payment. Each one of us will receive our payment, wages. And since said he also have payment, and he said, my own payment, what is what? Death. Remember the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. What is his name? Death. Now let's go. One must to die in the sanctuary. One God ought to die. Let's proceed. Let's just proceed. Now, what is sin? Okay. Okay. I think I read. Okay. I read. Okay. Should I be doing the reading again? Okay. First of all, let's go. All right. Let's go to Galatians. No, not Galatians. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3. Listen now. Let no man deceive you. Where do we first of all experience this word called deception? From heaven? Within the third part of angels? Again, the early sanctuary. We also see the red dragon, the snake, deceived the woman. And he also deceived the man. Now, listen. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. Remember, he is talking about gathering together of the elect. And some people is just being deceived today. Some people is so hot. Some people is crying now as we are talking. Because Jesus did not rapture anybody. Okay. He said, let no one deceive you. They're being deceived. That's what we are saying. Some even being deceived to look up to 27th next week. Oh, rather, it's still this week. Also. Now listen. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that that is a phrase. And that man of sin be what revealed, the son of perdition. See what he's seeking for. Who oppose and exalt himself above all that is called what? God. All that is worshipped. So that he as God sit in the what? Temple of Jehovah. Doing what? Showing himself what? That is what? God. Right in the temple. And where did it, when did this, you think it's now? Genesis 3. Among angels, it declared himself God. Amongst humanity, flesh, in Genesis 3, he also declared himself God. And is getting worship. Is Jesus not being worshipped? Of course now. Is Allah not being worshipped? Of course they are. He's just seeking for worship. Now listen. That man of sin, where? It's referring you back to what is sin? Breaking the royal law. First of all, where do we experience the lawbreaker? Or where do we experience first in history that the law, a certain group of people reject the law of Abba Yahweh? In heaven and also in Genesis 3. That man of sin is a phrase of his origin. Look back to where he started all this nonsense. So let's see what is sin now. Galatians 5. Sin is not just a object of like a dry leaf. They are spirits. Spirits. Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against flesh. And these are contrary the one to another, so that ye cannot do that things that ye won't. But if ye be led by the spirit, ye are not under the law of flesh, okay? Because law have a flesh. A flesh has laws. Lust. John 8:45 said, the lust of your father ye will do. And the lust of his father is for him to snatch and steal some certain group of people to worship him. 19. Now the works Now, the works of the flesh are manifest, which are what? This adultery, fornication, these are all spirit, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, violence, emulations, wrath, strife, seduction, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Jehovah. You see, all these are spirits. And this, you know what this spirit is the one we call demons today. If stealing is a demon, murder is a demon. So it will just enter you quickly. It will ask you to steal, you will do it. It will ask you to kill, you will do it. It will ask you all these things that is against the royal law. They are all spirits. And that was why First John said, if you say you are not walking with, there's no sin in you. So you are a liar. Are you holy? I'm not. I'm not holy. Are you holy? And neither do I. But I don't glory in sin. If I messed up, because especially some small lies, I'm still telling about my job, about my work, because sometimes I use wisdom. When I was just telling them the real thing, oh, some will just cancel the appointment. Like it wasn't last week, I decided to just take off because so that I don't fall on the street. So when people come and ask, oh, sorry, it's fully booked. Oh, please try and fix me in. They will say, no, I have 3 appointments already. I have 3 braids. There's no way I can fix you in. Please, let's just shift it to next week. I can also call that wisdom, but I was lying. Because to save myself, so that I don't go and fall on the road. The job is just too much. All right, then let's proceed. It's Abba Yehoah's provision, and I love it. But at least let me also use wisdom. Money is not everything. So that I don't fall on the street. The stress was just too much. So I have to use some kind of wisdom. Okay, now 1 Corinthians 15. Now listen, hey, I wanted to read the book. Oh, my father, this book ought to be read. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 50 or so, 54. Let's see. Flesh and blood cannot inherit. Okay, no, I'm not already there. Okay, 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruptible, or what am I saying? Okay, let me take it again, 54. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, that is swallowed up by victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? And I saw all of us in the grave. Allah hide on our back. Whether you are a man, if you are a woman, he will knock your anus. If you are a man, he will knock your anus. It's just in the back. He said that is his position. That is his throne. He's hiding. He don't want people to see him. And I alone saw seraphim. Because people say devil is the Satan, devil is also the serpent. No, they are two different ranking angels. Seraphim is the high ranking angel. And cherubim is followed by cherubim, the second ranking angel in heaven. They are not the same. No way. Allah is more crooked than PJC. PJC is still also a baby before Allah. After Abba Yehoah is Allah. So just forget that story. Now let's read the 55 now. Okay, I read that already. Grave. 56. Listen now. The sting of death is sin. And the strength of sin is the law. Now, we see already man of sin. excuse me, I'm sorry about that. We see sin as a deity, is a man. And he said the strength of this man is found in the law. Are you cashing it? Or can you break this down for yourself? It is good you follow and also do some, break it down, digest it, process and digest and break it down. Now listen. He said, sin has its power, authority in the law. Okay, we'll say put some more. I read that already. Now, I don't think I will be reading this because I really want to read. Or should I? Okay. Okay, you do this reading. Leviticus chapter 4. Read it. You're going to see goat as a sin offering. If you come to verses 32, I explained that already in the previous video I did. It's a female lamb. Abba, you put that condition. And we saw this in 2 different occasions, okay? Female, no male lamb. Yahushua is the male lamb, which is the peace offering. Okay. Leviticus 16. You're going to be seeing over there, goat as a sin offering. Goat again to carry your sin into exile. Remember, we are dealing with the 2 goats in the sanctuary, which you are. We have 3 components. 3 components makes us a full human being. So what do I mean by this? That is why it is very, very necessarily for King Yahushua to deal with this 3 components of our being that make our totality, that make us a whole human being, a full being, that make we who we are as a human being. Our outer court, our inner court, and our holies of holies. Now, in the sanctuary, it also has these 3 components. It is very easy for you to know that everything about going on in the sanctuary is about you. The outer court, which is the one everybody can access. The inner court, everybody cannot access this very one except the high priest. And the holies of holies, hey, don't even dare. Don't even, you will be killed. Because that is the most sacred and the most precious and the most important meshing in you, which you are. Now, our outer body, everybody accesses, isn't it? Okay, our inner court, which is our soul, should have been for our spouse, our husband, not boyfriend, okay, to access him alone, okay, which is the inner, the temple ritual. Now, our spirit, Abiyuwa holds that part, which is the Ark of the Covenant. What does that Ark of the, is a wood. And wood would pacify us. We as a wood, we see the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Yahushua, Revelation 22, is the tree of life. And Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 4, he was the tree. Romans chapter 11, we also see the tree. Yazrael is a tree. Okay, so what is tree? What is that? What is tree? Tree is also a wood. Okay, the wood that makes that whatever Ark of the Covenant is tree, which you are. That is your spirit. So what contains your spirit? The word of Abba Yahuwah, which is the word of Abba Yahuwah, the commandments should have been contained by your spirit, and the staff, which is the high priest, Yahushua HaMashiach, and the bread, which is the eternal bread of life. These are the things that contains your spirit. These only 3. And Abba Yahuwah himself was there. His mercy is upon your head, upon your spirit head. So the 2 physical one will be, the physical one, okay, will be accessed by all. But the second part, which is the inner court, only your spouse, your husband. The third one, your husband have no hand in that, only Abba Yahuwah. And it carries the word of Abba Yahuwah. That is what the Ark of the Covenant contains, which you are. Revelation 11 verses 19 said, the Ark of Abba Yahuwah was seen in his heaven. That is your spirit already said in the heaven of Abba Yahuwah. You can also see that in Romans chapter 8 verses 21 through 25. Apostle Paul said our body, our spirit is already been saved. Only this our body needs cleansing. Only this our body needs renovation. It's our spirit is the first fruit is already been saved. So what needs deliverance? It is our body. Our spirit is already being glorified. So we also need a glorified body to carry that glorified spirit. And that is what Yom Kippur is serving for, right in the temple. So now, the service over there, we see goat offering, okay? Ezra, I don't think I will be reading this one because I really, really, really want to read the book of Yashar, okay? I really want to do that reading. Okay, let me just quote. Numbers 6, okay, Numbers chapter 6, 14. And Ezra chapter 6, verses 16 through 17 is goat offering. Goat is the sin offering, okay? Again, Ezra chapter 8, 35, goat is the sin offering. Numbers 15, verses 24, goat is the sin offering. Leviticus 23, let me quickly show you what I mean from Leviticus, because the two is here. You will see how Abayewa differentiates it. Who will go for sin offering and who will go for peace offering, which is Yahushua is here. Leviticus 23, verses 19. Then ye shall sacrifice one kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice peace what? Offering. This is Yahushua. He represents peace offering. Came to make peace between our Father and us. In redeeming us back. And what you see the goats. So goat is always sin offering. Through all the scriptures I quoted, I read it before. I don't want to do the reading any longer because I want to really, really read this book and be quoting. Exodus chapter 29, 38 through 41. The temple's daily oblation. 1 lamb in the morning, 1 lamb in the evening. That is the 2 faces of Yahushua redemption in us. Numbers chapter 90 said, we ought to be cleansed on the 3rd day and also on the 7th day. If you only do the 3rd day and the 7th day, you didn't, it said, therefore, you will be cut off. That is 2-phase redemption Abayewa introduced in the temple in the sanctuary. And it all represents Yahushua, our eternal high priest. Okay, now, that morning oblation, 9 o'clock, evening oblation, 3 o'clock. Yahushua indeed gave up the spirit 3 in the noon because he's the Lamb of Passover. That is the temple service, temple ritual. Okay, the service in the sanctuary, which you are. Like I said, sanctuary is Abayewa laboratory. Go and check it out. All this all this oh my Abba, what they call it, I will remember. In the lab, how they are creating people in like manner. Similarity in the sanctuary. This is how Abayewa is remaking you. Your spirit is saved already. So it's working out with your outer court and your inner court. Your holies of holies, I mean the people of the book, is already been saved. Okay? You ought not to die. Let's quickly do that now. We see the goat will die. 1 every day, individually. Okay, when you messed up, you lie, you steal, you fornicate, you will buy a goat. Goes to the prince, high prince, right away. And you will tell the prince what he did. Okay, you will confess. The prince will, tell you to lay your hands upon the goat's sin offering you brought. You confess all your wickedness. You put it on the head of the goat. And the prince will give you a knife to kill him. Because he that killed by sword will also be killed by sword. Because that goat slay the first man, Adam and his wife, right in this first sanctuary. He killed them. So that is why his blood also needs to be, he will also be slain by a man. So you are the one to kill him. Instead of you to die, he will die. You will say you are the one to die, not me. That is what that is in the sanctuary. Read it. Leviticus 20. Chapter 16. Just read it. Or should we quickly read some certain part? Because one will die and the other one, the Azazel, will use his head. Okay, let's quickly do that. Since we are here already. Then I will take you to the originator of all this topic. Physically, how they desecrate the temple. Leviticus chapter 16. I'm going to be reading from 19 or 18. And then he shall go out unto the unto the altar that is before Yahweh to make atonement. Okay, with the blood of the goat. Okay, yes, let me read it now. One goat needs to die, one needs to be exiled. And do you know why one needs to die and the other one life will be prolonged in the wilderness? It is Allah is the consummation of all this madness of breaking the royal is the consummation. And that was what Islam said Quran is the last revelation. Muhammad is the last prophet. That is correct. Indeed, that is correct. Because one would die and the other one will go exile. The other one will carry your sin. And the one will die for your sin. The other one will carry your sin. Is Abba 102 accurate? In that vision that I just saw, a flight with two logos. Oh my Abba. Me that is see the vision, I don't even know the significances of it until I keep rephrasing, saying, this one just dumb on when I begin to say, this was the flight that I saw with two different logos. Oh my Abba, what is this? Okay, let me read it again. 18. And he shall go out into the altar that is before Yahweh, and make atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. Okay, now listen. 19. And he shall sprinkle all the blood upon it with his finger 7 times. It is flashed 7,000 years, and we are almost in the end of it all. And cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. 20. And when he had made an end of reconciling the holy place and the tabernacle of Yahweh, the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, rebuking in Yahweh's mighty name, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat, which is the Azazel goat. Listen. 21. And Aaron shall lay both his hand. This one is once in a year. Aaron is the one to lay his hand. You see the other ones, every day's own. You are the one to lay your hand and confess your sin. But this one is plain Yahushua HaMashiach over. He is a shadow of Yahushua HaMashiach. How he's going to, utterly eliminate sin of the sanctuary. 21. And Aaron shall lay both his hand upon the head of the live goat and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel and all their transgressions in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness, and the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited. This link of fire, okay? And he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. You know where Micah is be found? It is in the wilderness. And Mecca also have 7 hills. 7 hills. And Roman Catholicism, Vatican City also have 7 hills. 7 hills. Islam flash Christianity. Is this not making sense? Is this not so accurate vision? You see how everything is just falling together. Everything is just, woofing together is just knitting themselves together. Italy have 7 hills. Vatican. Mecca have 7 hills. Wilderness. Anyway, I don't want to go deeper. Let's just leave that one over there. All right, now. I read that already. Okay. Now, Yahushua is always lamb. We see what is going on in the sanctuary. 1 Peter 1, 18-19 said is the Lamb of Yahuwah. John chapter 1, verses 29 said, the Lamb of heaven, the Lamb of Yahuwah that came to take away the sins of this world. Revelation 5, verse 6-9, the Lamb of heaven has already prevailed. 1 Corinthians 5:7 called him our Passover Lamb. So that's it. So we are done with that. So it says sin, I'm coming into that, has its authority, its power. Hey, there is still a lot of scriptures to be read though. Now, remember, Christian said, we see what he said, because sin, you see, already is a deity. And the strength, the power of sin is in the law. Okay, so let's see what that is. Remember, Christian said Jesus destroyed the law. So their wrath is against the law. And that is what we want to sinner to take away the daily sacrifice, to take away the love of Yahweh from you, the sanctuary. How they did it those days, exactly the same thing they are doing right now. And Islam is the consummation of it all. The wilderness religion, the very final one. The very final one. Okay, we're going to be reading what Allah said. Since Jesus don't have no book, it's Mystery Babylon. But Allah have his own book. And let's see what Allah has to say concerning this very matter of sin. What is sin? Breaking the royal law, isn't it? The only definition of sin, breaking the royal law. And he said this Azazel goat is going to use his head to carry the iniquities. Now remember, Matthew chapter 7 verses 21 through 23, they were doing wonders, miracles, and all that. Yahushua said, I never knew you. He said, they prophesy in thy name. We cast out devils in thy name. And we do many wonders, wonderful works in thy name. Yahushua said, I never knew you. Ye workers of iniquity, depart from me. So now, you see workers of iniquity, and we see a deity is the author of iniquity to carry his own iniquity, and his own iniquity, people is doing that job for him perfectly. People is doing that work for him perfectly, in a very wondrous way. I think before we read this, I would like to put that of Apostle Shehu. I won't leave that one out. Despite what? Romans chapter 7, where he confirms that. All right, now 14 now. Let me just take from 14, or rather 13. Is it so? Okay, I'm coming. All right, family. So let's read the lamentation of Apostle Shehu. By now you know what he's saying. It's a deity, okay? I read now verses 8. Romans chapter 7, verses 8. But sin, taking conscience of a commandment of now I was alive without the law, and the commandment which was ordained to give life, I found to, okay, for sin, 11, for sin, taking occasions by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Okay, I think, let me go back. Let's go back. Let's take from 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Okay, no. Well, let's take it from here, 6. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead, we are in. Why is it saying we are delivered from the law? We deliver from the sentence, from the judgment of the law. We see when Adam and his wife sinned, Abayewa banished them. And he said, they shall die. You will return back to the dust from whence you come from. Dust you are, and dust you will return. He banished them from his heaven. He knocked them out, and eventually they died. Because the law demands justice. And the penalty is what? The wages of sin is what? Death, the payment you will get from it. He will slick. He will always kill. That is the judgment of law. That was why Yahushua died. That is the death Yahushua died. And the judgment of Abayewa from the law is not only first death, but second one, to be thrown into fire. So Yahushua came to stop that, because we are still dying, but he came to stop that heavy judgment of to be cast into the lake of fire. And that is why when we repent, we make it way back to heaven. He came to make peace, reconciliation, forgiveness. Is not that a sin offering, but a peace offering. I take 5 now. For when we were in the flesh, the measures of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto what? Death. 6. But now we are delivered from the cause, from that judgment, okay? From the law, that being dead, wherein we were hid. We were held bound by death, that we should serve in newness of spirit, and not in the oldness of the letter. 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Yahweh forbid. No way. Nay, I had not no sin, but by the law, for I had not no lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. Now, He said, I wonder have know what is sin. Okay. But the law, why did he know? Because sin taught him how to, he channeled his hunger to the law, and he also taught humanity to join him to fight the law. He said, I wouldn't have known, but the law he revealed him unto me. This is him, the goat. Thou shalt not, he said, the Lord said, don't touch sin, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not do this. He is telling you, don't touch. Just like Genesis 3, you see this tree, don't touch you. The day you will do, you shall surely die. So what is the name of that tree? Death. Don't do it. It's going to afflict you with death. Verses 8. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, brought in me all manner of conspiracies. For without the law, sin was dead. Now listen now. If there is no law, if Abayewa did not give no law at all, sin would have withered right away. It would have been so gone, far gone. Okay? But there is a law. And sin is against that law. And sin said, I will not allow this law to flourish. I won't give chance to this law to flourish. Therefore, I'm going to wage war against the law. Now, for I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revealed, and I died. Now listen, he said he was alive, and that is what you taught. Revelation 3 said, verses 1, you think you have life. He said, but you are dead already. Now for him, he is saying he was alive without the law, but as soon as he dived into the law, he now begin to see that, all this, He says he revived. What? And I died. And I died. That is the law. That is the penalty. 10. And the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. Because when you break it, sorry, you are gone. For sin, for sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. And he is the one to slew you, but how is it killing you? Like Adam. He taught them how to break the law. And by so doing, he knew, because Abayewa says, the day you touch it, you shall surely die. Genesis 2:17. And Serpent said, no way, you shall surely not die. Abayewa said, you shall surely. Serpent said, you shall surely not die. It is surely and surely. And as you do, it will slay you. 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. 13. Was then that which is good made death unto me? Yahweh forbid, because you said it's good. Why is it going to be bringing about death? He said, Yahweh forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me, by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceedingly sinful. He says sin is the one doing all this. Because that which is good, the law, the commandment, they are of life. It can't bring death. But sin is the one bringing about death, because it's going to teach you how to break it. 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, flesh, sold unto sin. Because it's working with our flesh. Remember where we just read. First John, chapter what? Chapter 1, verses 8 to 10. If you say you are not walking with these goats in the sanctuary, say you are a liar. The truth is not in you. 15 now. For that which I do, okay, I read 15. For it said it was being sold under sin, okay, through Adam. Adam sold a betrayal of, he sold us all. Because through him, as Romans chapter 5 verse 12 said, death passed unto us. That is how he penetrated us. That is how he entered. Yahushua said, how did he come in? And we see how he came into the sanctuary, the wedding banquet, to stand the bride. 15 now. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I want, that do I not, but what I hate that I do. 16. For then, okay, if then I do that which I would not, and consent unto the law that that it is, oh my father, consent unto the law that it is good. Okay, I give my testimony. I know the law is good. Now listen, what happened? What went wrong? How come I now became a lawbreaker? Now 17. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me, which is the goat. And that goat is the one always died. You will slay him. This is why you need to slay him. He that shall the man, he that killed by sword you will also die. If you share my blood, your own blood will be shared. So you once slay me spiritually, now I'm the one to slay you physically. You don't know the battle in the temple, but it's like kind of hurting me that I won't be able to read. Oh, it's almost 2 hours already. Anyways, let me see. 17. Now, then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. He said, I'm not the one. So that was why First John chapter 1, verses 8 to 10 said, if you said you are without sin, so you are a liar. But if you confess, Apostle Shawi is confessing here. You see all this error. I don't know what that witness was. Many historians or many scholars said that was life because it was the Pharisees. So that was life in this life of Pharisees. Okay, you can never be perfect. Okay, because they reject Yahushua. Anyways, let's leave that one. Now he said, I'm not the one doing it. It is sin. You are the one that are responsible. So what is sin offering? The goat. So that goat, you are the one that is doing it, not me, because he endures every single person. Do you know how? How? Can I tell you? Can I blow off your mind? Through death. Through death. Through, because this death resident upon everyone. So I would also like to know that is why the last enemy to be destroyed, it is what? Death. Yahushua has not yet. Yahushua has not yet touched death. He said because it's the last to go. And this death is the sin. It's going to be teaching you how to break the royal law because his anger is against the law. And exactly what they did in Daniel chapter 8 and 1 Maccabees is hurting me because those chapter is really long. Now let's read. For I know that in me there is in my flesh, that is, in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I found not. I don't find the grace to do it any longer because sin is at work. 19. For the good that I want, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. So what is good and what is evil? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The good over here, it is the pure word of Abba Yehovah. You wanted to keep it. You wanted to obey. You wanted to be submissive. But something is dragging you. That is sin, knowingly sin. I know this is bad, yet I still do it. I still do it. He said, this thing I hate. But the good thing, that is to keep the royal law, I couldn't. But the sin that I don't want to do, and that is what I see me doing. But sin that dwelleth in me is the one doing all this. Okay, that I do. The evil I don't want to do. And that is what I found myself doing. That is this evil tree. I wanted not to obey him. All of a sudden, I will see me obeying him. And where is that spirit coming? He said, it's in me. If you say you are without sin, the truth is not in you. 20 now. Verses 20. Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I found then a law that when I would do good, evil present with me. There is still the goat, and the goat is still among us today. Matthew 25, the goat believer. They are, they always follow their people inside us. They are still among us, which is the Christian of 22. For I delight in the law of Yahweh after the inner man. That is my spirit convey. My spirit crave the word of Yahweh, but the flesh is fighting. For I see another law in my members. Really? Okay. He said, waging war. And guess what? The law of my mind. And bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my what members. Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this what death? But thank Abba Yahuwah through Yahushua HaMashiach our deny. So then that the mind, so then with the mind I myself serve the law of Yahuwah, but with the flesh the law of sin. Because where we just read, First Corinthians chapter what? 15 verses 54 through 56. 56 said the strength of sin is in the law. That is, a sin is a deity. You know by now already that sin is not just in our vocabulary or just an object, a stick or a dry leaf. It is a deity. Is a man. And he said he got his power, his strength, his joy, the right joy in breaking the law. Okay? That is where he get his power from. So his anger, in other words, is poured against the law. That is to say, no man will keep this instruction. No way. I miss it. You also must miss it. Let's go to the snake himself, Allah. What he said about the law. Now, according to Almighty Allah, Almighty Quran, chapter 76, verses 3, let me be sure. Yes, verses 3. Hear what Allah have to say. Hear me and hear Allah, and hear the word of Abba Yahuwah. Okay, this hadith, okay. This speaks about, okay, I want to take it from where it started. Okay. Tells that, okay, people, where is it? Allah, apostle, where is it? Allah won't, okay, let me take it from here. The prophet of Allah said, if you were people, okay, if you were people that doesn't sin, Muhammad said, I swore, let me look for it. No, I have to read it the way it is. All right, let me quote another hadith. Okay, where is it? Sahih Muslim 2749. I wanted to look for bigger one to read because this one is a bit small. Let me see if I will be able to find a bigger one to make it easy. Okay, let me read this one. It's bigger. I called the hadith already. Okay, Muhammad. Okay, may his pool, the messenger of Allah, may his pool and his peace. Okay, may his pool and his peace be upon him. Okay, said, by the one in whose okay, let me take it again. By the one in whose hand my soul, okay, my soul, if you did not sin, now listen, Allah won't destroy you and replace you with people who would sin and they would seek forgiveness from Allah and he won't forgive them. So now Allah said, if you don't sin, he is going to take you out. He is going to delete you. He is going to wipe you off. He is going to remove you utterly from this earth. And he will create another generations or another peoples or another souls that is going to be sinning. And just come to me. After you have done it, come and ask for mercy. I will forgive you. So who is sin? And what is sin? And the judgment of sin. Can you still, recall? Can you recap what is sin? Breaking the royal law, isn't it? And a sin is a deity. And the wages of sin is what? Penalty is death. And the wrath of this sin, which is a man, is against the law. And Allah said, if you don't break the royal law, Christian is coming to teach you how to do that. He said, because this is the final head of the goat to go. This is the final head of the dragon to go. And this is the dragon that needs to carry every iniquity out of this earth into the lake of fire, where no man will be. That is lake of fire, barren land. If you don't sin, what is sin? Breaking the royal law. Allah said if you don't break the royal law, he will destroy you and replace you now. And really is going to be doing that, the Sharia law. Oh, my Father. I don't think I'll be able to read because it's 2 hours already. I'm sorry. So maybe we'll be doing that. Are we going to be, can I channel that title to Allah? Because that is how he's going to be doing it. So he's going to destroy people if you don't do that. Anyways, so let's quote another hadith. Okay, another one we ought to read. And see what I say. The game Allah is playing over here. Sahih Bukhari, book 7507, and Sahih Muslim, book 2758. So I want to read from this now. Now listen, see how Allah asks us to be ravaging the royal law. He said we should ravage the royal. Oh, my Father. He said we should ravage the royal law. My servant commit a sin, but knew that he has a Lord who forgives sins and punishes sins. Okay, no, I didn't take it. Okay, somewhere. Okay, my servant committed sin. Okay, come. Okay, now listen. Someone committed a sin and then said, "Oh, Allah, forgive me my sin." Allah said, my servant commit a sin, but knew that he has a Lord who forgives sins and punishes sins. Allah said he's also going to be punishing himself. Now listen. Then he committed the sin again and said, Allah, forgive me my sin. Allah said, my servant committed sin, but knew that he has a Lord who forgives sins and punishes sin. Now listen, the third one. Then he committed the sin again and said, Allah, forgive me my sin. Now hear the final conclusion of Allah. Allah said, my servant commits a sin, but knew that he had a Lord who forgives sin and punishes sin. Now listen to Allah. Do as you will, for I have forgiven you. Just go and do as you will. Don't bother to come to me anymore. Just ravaged. Go and tear the law into pieces. Do as you just like. So what is sin? Breaking the royal law. Allah said if you don't break the royal law, Christian, you see that 5 truths in you guys. Allah said if you don't drop it, if you don't renounce it, he said he will destroy you and he will replace you now with Muslim. That will say, because those ones replace you already on anyways. Because God don't have son. The Messiah did not die, buried nor resurrect, and is not a God. There are 5 pillars of eternal, maybe escape for you to run from the eternal fire as a final test it go on you. If you miss it in Sharia law, it's gone, because that is what Allah is coming for now. His wrath is against the law. His wrath is against the law. His wrath is against you keeping what Abiyawa said unto you. Because Abiyawa said unto you, Christian, that he is a father. You say, yes, Papa, we know you are a father. And he said, my son, is a God. You believe that Messiah is a God. Of course, he's a God now. And you believe that he put him to death. He was buried and he rose him back on the third. Do you believe all this? These 5 truths is undilutable in you. And this should have made you a virgin, but you be a foolish virgin as a goat. Now, Allah is coming to this. He's going to destroy. And if you don't, you will definitely do it too. Say if you don't do it, he's going to behead you. Okay? And he will do it. Not that he's joking. So I want to like, and we see he said the strength of sin is in the law. It's in the law. Okay. Now we see Allah Himself said that people should ravish the law. And He said if you don't do that, He will destroy you. Muhammad swore. There was one Quranic verses. It's like I deleted it because it's too much now in my phone. Okay. Muhammad lifted his. He said, I swore by Allah, whose hand my soul lives. Allah said, if you were people who did not commit sin, I will destroy you and replace you with another people who will sin and come to me and to ask for forgiveness. Intentional rubbish. So let's proceed. Remember, Christian also said one thing. Jesus also do what? Destroy the law. These are the two goats in the temple, okay? And this is also the two goats in Daniel chapter 8, First Maccabees. Oh, my father. There you will see how they did it. Okay, you know what we're going to do? Let's do it this way. There's still a way out, okay? Even though this scripture is for this, but never mind. We can still navigate our way out. So, we will title The Brutality of Sharia Law. The two goat brutality in Sharia law we will give it. Let's just do that. Okay, let's just do that. Their brutality is against the law. How they did it those days, they will repeat it again. Let's do that because it's a whole full chapter, and this chapter is a very long one, up to 60-something verses. And the chapter 4, we also read about 30 verses. And chapter 6, I think we also read about, that is 2nd Maccabees chapter 6. I think that one we also read up to 10 verses. Especially the 1st Maccabees chapter 1. That one, I need to read it all. Exactly how every single thing play out there. And that is how they are still doing it now. And that is what they are about to do now. The final go. Mahadin. Accompanied by Jesus Christ in Islam. That is what I keep saying. When people were just telling me, like where my first appointment today is a Ghana footballer, okay? He was in Netherlands, he played for Haya. I think Jama also, he's also playing for Jama. And also in England, this guy just running up and down. But it was once a year in Netherlands, okay? So whenever he comes to Netherlands to pay his mama visit, it will still call me as, old Paddy. And we are not narrating the vision he saw this morning. That it was in this vision. And I found that vision somehow. I want to put it to you. Because when he was just narrating, because I don't play with Bible. When he was just narrating it, and I found some element of truth in it. Okay. He said it was in this vision. He said it's like the entire world was on the streets. Commotion, everybody was lamenting. Everybody was in great panic. So power, he said these powers, they now looks like robots. And they came from the underworld, like kind of resurrection. They just came from and this guy was just saying all this vision. He never knew all this thing he is saying is already in the Bible. He never knew. When he was saying, I said, read Revelation chapter 9, it's resurrection. He said they were just like robots, and they came from the underworld, and they have something in their hand. Everybody was just running away. Where they spread that thing on you, he said, because they want you to follow them to the underworld. So people were scared. He said because they were so fearful, they were so dreadful, and they want people to follow them to the underworld. So people were afraid of their life because this horrible creature that looks like a robot, it was so scary. Their side was so, fearful that everybody now began to run. He said it was just like war. Everybody now began to lament on the street, running for their life, running. He said, but the thing that chased after, he said, nobody were able to run utterly to be saved, rescued from their hand. Nobody. He said they have something like a spray. He said they will just spray that thing on you. When they are chasing after you, they will just chase chase it on you. When they chase it on you, you will stop. You will stop running. You will say, hey, they will not begin to minister to you the message they have from the underworld. He said that people will not say, hey, he said people will just turn like zombie. They will not begin to follow them, descending into the underworld. He said this was how they were just capturing people. He said they also spread that thing on him. This is another part I don't understand about that his own. He said, so when they also, he said before he was also running for his life, everybody was running for their lives, but still they still caught up with them. He said, so they now also spread it, and then I begin to minister. And I say, hey, okay, I never know this is what you meant to, okay. He said, so while he was just following them, somebody now call, he said two men now call on him and say, stop, run, you can still run from him. He says, before he knew it, as they just, he said, they now show him the mountain he needs to flee to and to go and hide in that mountain. He said, because that mountain, they cannot come there. He said, indeed, he listened to these two men. He now run away. This could be the two witnesses. He now ran away. He now fled to that mountain. He said, when he fled to that mountain, he now hide himself. Therefore, they now begin to search for him. They couldn't find him anymore. And I say, after the mark of the beast, because for you to follow them, that is which means you succor. You receive their mark of the beast. You receive their message. Nobody can be saved. I said this, your vision is confusing. That is medicine after death. Chasing after the wind. After the wind has already, do damages, now you want to run. That one, I found it deceptive. I found it deceptive. If he said that, assume he just said, two men just appeared to him and said, run to this place. I will understand he found mercy on the last days. But after they spread it on you and you accept already, and now we are not following them. You are not part of them. Before these two men appear, tell you that you can still run. I said that is the law of Jesus. You can't run. After you take the mark of the beast, it's over. It's over. You can't run any longer, It was this morning. This footballer was just narrating and saying, hey, that one really got. And I begin to quote and quote and quote and quote. As he's narrating, I will be quoting scriptures. I said, you should just go and study. But the way is, I said, okay, maybe, okay, now I'm also getting, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is the spirit of Jehovah. I don't know. Maybe Abba Yehovah is telling him to repent. Okay, now that they are not here physically, you have chance to make it. You have the room to repent so that you will be able to renounce it. Because now the spirit on you spiritual, yet he hasn't yet manifest physically. So before he manifests physically, you should do it. I don't know if the two witnesses is going to come first before the Sharia law to preach to people. If the two witnesses has to come first, therefore this brother will be saved. He will escape Sharia law. Because he said two men came. And they now tell him not to follow them. They now tell him where to flee to. They now tell him to go and hide somewhere upon this mountain. They cannot come. And he said he really fled. It's also possible. It's also possible. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so this was the vision. I said, instead of rapture, this is what you saw today. And he said, I need to give my life to Jesus. I said, if you give your life to Jesus, rapture, you will still take the mark of the beast. Give your life to Yahushua, not Jesus. So I'm not making know the difference between Christianity and the people of the book and all that, I still ministered unto you, and this is what my job is doing. I will be busy making here. I will still be ministering the word of Abba. I really ministered this morning unto him. But the other ones, we were just mocking Jesus. Okay. So Galatians, let's see. Actually, the law is a cause. What is the cause of the law? It is this very part I'm narrating unto you. Death. If you break it, you die. Let's see how Yahushua did it. 13. Galatians, oh my father. Galatians chapter 3 verses 13. Yahushua has redeemed us from the curse of the law. So what is the cause of the law? Death. Death. Romans 6:23. The wages of sin is what? Death. And we see the clarity from the first man and the first woman. Do they die? Yes. And they were banished out of heaven. Okay. And devil tormented them so heavily. Okay. So see how Yahushua did it. Because Abayawa hanged us upon that tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Go and worship the one. If you see the hand of Jesus, oh my Abba, I saw that hand again. He said, this is the hand that is going to, carry all these people. And Christians were running away from him again. They were running away from him. If you see this hand, this guy said it's like a robot, but this hand, oh my Abba, Scorpion 10, the tail of Scorpion, Revelation 9. That was the hand of Jesus. The 5 fingers of Jesus were all Scorpion's tail to bite, to inflict pain. And he opened his hand, 2 hands wide, trying to gather his people. Then I said, no, it's Scorpion. He's not a normal handle. He's not a normal handle. He's a scorpion. Scorpion is a snake. He will bite also. He will kill also. He will inflict pain. This brother also said, oh my father. I forgot this. He said, that we're having this something like a spray. When they spray it on you, you will just agree, you will follow that is. Now, I now begin to tell him, I said that is the spare. Revelation 9, he said the smoke that came from the bottomless pit darkened the sun. Christian is sun worshiping. I also let him know. I gave him the page where he can find the Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, page 174. The 3rd commandment. You're going to see where they changed Shabbat into Sunday. They said it's the mark of their authority. Okay, and I quote it all for him. I hope he follows up. Then he said, people were running. Some people, he said there was like kind of water. This water, it was a really dirty one. Smelly. That is pit, That is bottomless pit. Islam is coming with pit. Bottomless pit. Read Revelation chapter 6, verses 1 through 8. When a kid that will dump you in it. He said, so this water was so smelly. He said a lot of dangerous animal in the water. That if you fall on it, because he said some people were falling on it because they don't want them to spray. They don't want this creature to spray that spray on them. So he said some now he said he himself wanted to also fall into it. He said, but the water was so smell, and there is a lot of dangerous animals that when you fall on it, they're gonna bite you. They will bite you like a snake. They will bite you like a snake. He said, so when you now see that these people that follow the thing is, he now said he's biting them, he now run away. He said, because there was another dangerous part. That is bottomless pit. So after they kill you here, your spirit, they will still torment it. Like Charles Kirk, that is what I saw. Jesus swallowed him. And that is what the hand of Jesus is already opened. Something is about to take place. It's already opened. His 2 hands. When I saw it, my heart, I almost got heart attacked because it's so dreadful. All of the 5 fingers each were the tail of serpent. Scorpion. Let me read it so that let's go quickly rush to Revelation 9 so that you will understand what I'm trying to convey. Maybe it's not clear to you. Let's read it so that it will be clear from the reading. The curses of the Lord will return back there. Revelation 9. Now, I think verses 4. Or let's just take from 1. And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him we are giving the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them we are giving power as the scorpions of the earth have power. There is, I want to read 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh on their foreheads. 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of scorpion when he strike a man. 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts we are like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their head wear as it were crowns like gold. Remember, the name of Allah will be written in gold, Meseto gold in that flight. And their faces wear as the faces of men. They're going to change to men. And but this guy, we're seeing them as a robot. But they're going to change to men. And they had hair like the hair of women. You know, women give them this religion, Aiga and Katura. And their teeth were as the teeth of iron. Lion, excuse me. So let me pause. So did you get it? So this is what this footballer saw this morning. His name is Rex. This is what he saw. Oh, I should have called his name. Anyways. Okay. So this is what he saw. And I'm not helping to break it down. People were falling into that smelly water that also contains some object of mass destruction. And he said the robot. So these are the locusts. He said he called them robot. I said no, they are not robots. They are not robots. I gave him this very part I read. I said he should go and read it. I read Revelation 6. Butterless pit. He said here follow the aid is just followed by them. When they kill, they dump you in the pit. That is what this footballer saw this morning. Instead of Jesus' rapture. I don't know, review this vision now, whether it's Abayewa or Jesus a guy, I don't just know. But he saw the right thing. That's what I'm saying. It is true. Okay. So, let's go now to Galatians. It's course, and this is the final course that is coming. Okay. To break the royal law. Galatians 3, sir. You know, Christians always say, have you heard it saying that the law is a curse? Yeah, it's a curse on you if you don't keep it. Now I read Galatians 3:13. Yahushua hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, curse is everyone that hanged on a tree. You know, Yahushua was also hanged on the tree. So that was how he himself also became somehow partially cursed, because the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is simply what? Death. So by his authority, Yahushua was also being killed. But he was being killed for you and me. Okay? In order for you. Because he were able, of course, to pick up his life again. He said, I lay down by myself, I lay down my life and I pick it up again. But we lay it down by ourselves, but we can never be able, unto eternity. We were not able, and never we won't be able to pick up our life from the grave. That is what I just saw this morning. Everybody. And everybody was just lying comfortably. Because my enemy just lay there. Because I thought I was living. I thought I lied down on my bed. I thought it was my own bed. Because I didn't see that it was graveyard. I just lied down comfortable. I was just sleepy. You know, I didn't even know somebody is hiding on my back. I didn't even know somebody is molesting me, harassing me, sexually polluting me from my behind. I did not know. I have to tell it the way it is. I'm not ashamed to talk about it the way it is. What? All of a sudden, I saw a very brilliant light flash on the grave. What? Then I now see him hiding on my back. And I say, And I begin to call upon Abba Yahuwah. Since when I begin to defy your temple? Since when I begin to corrupt your temple? Since when I become a prostitute? What is going on here? I was so mad. I was so bitter. Therefore, with such a violent hunger, Abba Yahuwah tore him from me. And I look around, and that devil is still defiling everybody from there. But whether you are mine, he will sex you in your anus. Woman, he would give it to you in your anus. I thought I was free. Again, I see myself lie down again on my bed. All of a sudden, it changed to grave again. The same thing happened. It reoccurs. What is going on here? I said, but you don't have any other thing to talk about? Why defiling me in this manner? Yet you say you are holy, that your eyes cannot behold iniquity, me being your temple, so you beholding all this nonsense going on in your altar. What is defiling me? Why are you playing this prostitution in my life? Why joining me with this great harlot? I was so bitter. So I woke up. Therefore, you want to begin to minister to me. This is the situation your brothers and your sister are right now. Your brethren, this is the position, the situation they are right now. The one in the Christendom, the one that have not yet known me, this is their position. This is their situation right now. I said, but you don't have to use me to illustrate that. You should have been using one of them to illustrate it. There I can still understand. I say, it has it for you to break it off then. Not me. Not me. Over 22 years, I kept this temple pure for you. Not me. Not me. At the age 29, I stopped having sexual intercourse, sir. I have paid so much price for this, sir. It's still provoking me. I bet you should stop doing this. You don't use me to illustrate this nonsensical. It's not me. Because I've already paid the price of this. 100% perfect. On this very ground that genuinely you see it from my heart. When life was so difficult to me, I slept somebody's kitchen. Not that there's no man to put me in the house. I refuse. A lot of offers were coming. I say no. I turn all of them down, not to defy your temple. Over 22 years, going to 23 years, you are using me to play this, shame. No way. No way, Abba Yehovah. No way. I hate seeing that. I hate it with every fibers in me. I hate it. I hate it. I'm starving. A young woman of 29, I stopped seeing man. That's a lot, but you will give me respect. Respect me for that. I know you gave me the sufficient grace to do that. But respect your temple. Respect your covenant. You don't use me to teach that horrible side. It was so heartbreaking. I couldn't handle it. Now I want to quote this. First Maccabees chapter 1 all through. I'm not reading it. Chapter 2, also, chapter 4 also. Second Maccabees. I just put it here. So we'll title the other one. But yeah, to correspond, to make it, to align it with it. Enoch chapter 10, I think I will be reading this one. Let's read Enoch chapter 10, then we'll finish with this. Finish with this. And this is what they are coming to do. Prostitution, the great harlot. Revelation 17:2 said the great whore get the entire world intoxicated with the wine of her fornication. Revelation 18, verses 3. He repeated it. The great harlot, it get the whole world intoxicated with the wine of her fornication. Revelation 19:2 also repeated it again and said the great whore is being judged who corrupted the entire world with the wine of her fornication. Revelation 14:8 said the wrath of this Babylon, it is simply fornication. When it's hungry, it banga. That is why you see yourself in the dream. Somebody's banging you. This is Allah. It's Allah and Jesus and their kind and all these demons. I saw, oh my Abba, this one was horrible. This one was and you can't put their wicked peanuts from yourself. You don't have the power to root it out. You don't have the power to separate yourself from them. You don't have it's a rapist demon. Allah is a rapist. You can't pull it out. You can't pull out their peanuts from your body. When they pin you down with that, their evil peanuts, you won't be able to pull it off. So before I thought I would be able to do it, I was trying to do it by myself. I couldn't. Before I begin to call upon Abba Yehovah, because he make me one. That is the power of sex. It will make you one with him. He that join with harlot become one body. How dare you make me your body? Abba Yehovah. This enough. It's enough. It's enough. You know, I keep saying Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law. That flight that was, first of all, red blood, he now turned to black Jeep. So now I can really describe this Jeep. It's not really, really that Jeep. It's like all this limousine, very big Jeep limousine, very big, very long. He now turned to limousine. Limousine, I wanted to say, not even Jeep, very big, but it was black. It was black because it descended on earth and a twinkling of an eye is already here. It descended on earth. The flight now changed to black. You know, I said the other one, Jeep, I was looking for a word to describe when the flight changes, it changes to not Jeep, it changes to limousine, very big car, big auto, big Jeep or whatever, like limousine, big, black. He now come to somebody now caught my attention that said, Jesus is in my city room. He's waiting for me. What are you doing in my city room? Because my sister is a pastor, and my brethren, my siblings, okay, they are all Christians. It is just me and my children that is doing this. And we are also able to add my half siblings, okay, my father, son. I just nearly converted that one. I should be keeping Shabbat holy and all this because Sharia law is coming. That is the only way out. Okay. So that is what Abba Iwana began to minister to me. You know, the other vision I also saw Jesus was standing in my mother's backyard. So I was scared not to enter house because he's still on the entrance. No way to enter. He blocked it because he wanted to sit on my head. I said no. I was asking, what are you doing here? So now it makes sense that my sister, my direct sister, the same father, the same mother, is Jesus Christ pastor. Okay? It's Jesus Christ. So she's still the one that is bringing this demon into the house because Yahshua asked, how did you get how did you come? How did you enter? So our family is still bringing him. And by so doing, it's still corrupted because we all are in one both. And by so doing, they are in their pollution will still be getting to me. But this morning was horrible, like this one. Oh my Abba. Who was that person? Men line up. Should I be saying this? It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's really, really disgusting. And this is Sharia law. And this woman, I know. Anyway, maybe if Abba want me to say it, I will be saying it in the other one. Because it's really filthy. It's hurting me. Anyways, let's leave this part. So let's read down the book of Enoch. Enoch chapter 10. So what do we have there? Let's see. All right, now the book of Enoch chapter 10 verses 8. Let's first of all read that one. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. Remember the other goat, English they will say scapegoat, but his literal name is Azazel. Okay, you also see in some Bible, I think NIV have it, and NIV will call, let me be sure, NIV will say Azazel goat. Let's read NIV. Let me see. I think I have NIV in this. Let me see. Azazel goat. It simply means to take away, the God that take away sin. It said to this Azazel, ascribe also. This is the book of Enoch, okay, chapter 10. All right, let's go to the Old Testament, Leviticus 16, verses 19. It's plain code, okay. Atonement. Okay, this one also say life good, but there was a. Okay, this one did not also say. This phone I'm using to record, I have the NIV. Okay, that call this goat Azazel. I think Amplified also call this goat Azazel goat. It's the Azazel goat, okay? Now, wow. All right, we are back to the book of Enoch, chapter 10, verses 8. And the whole earth, everywhere, okay, and the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. He said to him, ascribe to him all sin is being shifted to. He must carry it. Let's go now to 4. He said to him, ascribe what? All sin. All sin belongs to him. It came from him. So we'll give it back to him. And that is what is going on in the temple service. One will carry your sin because you cannot carry your sin. It's so heavy. It's not for you. Like Apostle Paul lamented and say, it isn't me. It is the sin that dwelt in me. We see sin is a man. And the royal law said, if you said that man is not working with you, that man of sin. If you say you are not sin, the truth at all is not in you. If you say you did not sin, if you did not recognize this goat walking in you, if you did not recognize this goat working in the members of your body, which is your flesh, if you did not recognize that the teachings of this goat around you, he said, therefore you are a liar. And Apostle Paul said, I'm not the one doing it to Abba Yehovah, it is this goat. The first man and the first woman, the same thing. The man begin to roll it. Adam roll it. This is me. It's the woman here. The woman said, not me. It is the serpent. And we see that serpent got cursed. And we see the name of Allah in Hebrew simply means cursed. The snake logo. You see how Allah is being written. It's a snake. It's just a snake. Now he said to him, ascribe all sin. That is why everybody will confess their sins upon his head, and he would not use his own head to carry it to the wilderness. Let me read for you now the wilderness, where he is going to take that sin to. Because it's his property. And sin said you must die. We see Adam and his wife died. Everybody is dying. It is the first death, the judgment from the sin, from the law. And that was why Yahushua died. And the one that we are befalling every one of us is the second death, to be cast into fire because you've been banished from heaven. Yahushua now put stop to that. He now said to his father, that would be too much. Let them die the first death, but the second one, I will stand in the gap. I will take that upon myself. And he himself now also experienced what is called what? Death. It became curse. He now also experienced, because the death is curse. So when you die, that is curse, because that is not the plan of Abba Yehovah. It's the curse that comes from breaking his rules. Now verses 4. And again, Yehovah said to Raphael, bind Azazel hand and feet. So where we just read, he said, where was that place? That his hand should be bound hand and feet, bound hand and feet. Oh, I forgot that place. I forgot that place on my Abba. I will remember now. So let me read now. And again, verses 4 now. The book of Enoch, chapter 10, verses 4. And again, Yehovah said to Raphael, bind Azazel hand and feet, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert. You know, this goat, Azazel, needs to be sent to the wilderness desert. Make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudel, and cast him therein. 5. And place upon him rough and giant, oh my father, giant rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see what light. And on the day of the great judgment, he shall be cast into what? Fire. That is the final. You see now, every year we keep sending him to the wilderness. He will return back again, because a little opening is being made because of Jesus on earth interceding so severely, begging us to sin, break the law. And as soon as we break the law, we do that terrible thing, Allah will be loosed. Allah will be loosed. All the demons, all their agent is so uncountable, innumerable. So the goat died. So why the goat died? Why is it coming? Why is it keep coming or keep dying every year? See how is it? See what is happy them. Their children is here, Judas, and their agent is here, demons. Okay, so those one, as soon as Jesus is killed, the goat that needs to die, And as soon as Allah is being exiled, so the demon will not become more violent against you, the flesh. They will not begin to attack you. Once you succor, once you break the law, Jesus will receive healing one time. Allah will be loose one time, will fly. That is why they keep repeating it every year. And he said, Yahushua said, our apostle, 1 Corinthians 15, verses 26, the last enemy to die. The last enemy to be destroyed is what called what? Death. Because their final judgment hasn't come. So that is why they are still attacking our flesh. They are the last enemy. These two goats, okay, in every denominations, every religions, okay, every communities. These two goats operate powerfully because they are the two high ranking. So the third ranking, those ones own is not really that so severe, but these two own is the most severe one. Okay. Now, as soon as we give it to them, this is how you help them. This is how they receive healing. Have you wondered why should Abba Yewa say judgment will begin in his house? Why? Because all the demon in the pit is in the house in the house of Yehovah, the Carry Bible Christendom. Okay, and again, it said the strength of sin is found in the law. So his anger is against the law. Exactly. Daniel chapter 8, you will see they take away the daily sacrifice. It destroyed the temple. It removed every decor they used to decorate. It removed all. It removed all. He now put his own God, Jesus, called Jesus. We will see today, Zeus. Zeus is Jesus. Remember the Española. They called Jesus Jesus. And in the second book of Maccabees chapter 6, Jesus were placed in the temple. I'm not kidding, I'm not joking. Anyways, we are done for now. So we'll be ready that Shabbat. Yeah. Thank you, Abba. I love you so much. Give you all the glory. Give you all the honor. Give you all the adoration. So, but now you know. Now they are still desecrated. They are still polluted the temple. The way they did it that time, they are still doing it right now. And the final one is Islam. That's it. These are the two goats. The goat religion can never ever get it right. They are the Christians, the goat in Matthew 25. 32. He said, when the king come, he will separate the goat from the sheep. And we see the goat couldn't get it right, even though they were virgin, but they were goats. What makes Christian to be virgin? These 5 truths. These 5 truths. Demon is a Lord, but yet demon were unable to take away these 5 truths from them. Though they are said of serpent, though they are liars, okay, but yet they still retain these 5 truths. Christians don't deny the deity of Yahushua. Christians don't deny that Yahushua is the son of Yehovah. Christians don't deny that Yahushua himself is God. Christians don't deny any of this. They accept that he was killed, buried, and resurrected on the 3rd day. Even though they don't know how to count 72 hours, 3 days and 3 nights, even though they don't know how to count it, but they admit that a thing like that occurred. Okay, this makes them virgin. Okay, it simply makes them virgin, but Jesus is coming to penetrate them, to remove that, to break that virginity. That is Allah in Jesus, in Islam, is going to defy them. It's going to break that virginity, and he's going to remove them from, he's going to remove that virginity. That seal, he will remove it. He will remove it. He's going to remove it. He's going to remove it, honestly. And the only way he cannot remove it, your head chopped off. If your head is chopped off, therefore you still die being a virgin. Okay? And that one can do you eternal help. To go to Adam Bosu. Instead of link of fire, you go to Adam Bosu. It's like this planet. If you be left behind, you were not cast into fire, you were not cast into bottomless pit, you were not put in no prison of any kind, you just live your life, eternity on this earth, in this normal earth. Aren't you going to be so grateful? And that is the Adam Bosun is like this earth. So people is going to be living. If you pass that mark, your head being chopped off, you will still have eternal life. Nobody is going to be tormenting you, but you are not having a glorified body. You will still live in this your body, but you will still be dressing like earthly person. You will still be living your normal life, normal earthly system in Adam Bosun. but not in the paradise on earth, not in the new earth. You are not allowed to come new earth because a body that contains sin cannot come to the new earth. But you are allowed to stay there all eternity. Nobody is tormented. You will just live your life like this, just like this normal earth. That one is a great glory compared to fire, compared to the bottomless pit, torment. Anyways, one more trial to go. Christian, one more trial. One more trial. Yahushua says, strengthen what is left over, for it's almost to die, it's about to die. You are a virgin, but Allah is coming to break that virginity. He's coming to defy you. Yes, by his lion's ways, because to him ascribe all sin. Anyways, we are done for now. Thank you, Abba. I love you so much. All right, now, family, on the Shabbat, we'll do another one. So, like I said, I do this message 23rd. So, is there any need to see watch for tomorrow, 24th, rapture? Anyways, I will see, I will follow them up. Ah, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Listen, not the people of the devil, my own people. Thank you, Abba. What destroy you? Lack of knowledge. That is to say, what you should have been knowledgeable about, what you should have been looking into. Take that, that micro, whatever scope, make it big to magnify and look who is Jesus. Look into who is Jesus. Therefore, it would be so easy for you to know this is a demon. I say, if you see his hand, all his 10 fingers, here and here, was scorpion, and he want to use that to embrace. This Jesus is so stupid. How dare you say people will embrace that hand? How dare you say people will gladly, joyfully, willingly embrace that hand, will allow you to use that hand to touch them, whereby that hand is going to be inflicting pains. It will inflict pain on them. He opened his 2 hands wide. When me saw it, I run for my life. I almost faint because the sight was so dreadful. Scorpion. He will kill you right away. So poisonous. It's even worse than snake. He just opened the 2 hands. He want to receive these people. What is it? Jesus. All of them run. They fled away, but you cannot run away. Because Jesus cannot run the way you are running. He will be appearing and disappearing. He will still caught up with you. The only remedy is to repent now. You enter the Ark of Noah. Or you face beheading. Give them the cutting board. And give them your neck to chop you into pieces. Fine. You will still live a better life in the bosom of Adam. That's it. I'm done. And I'm out.